Back in July 2025, the US State Department had cleared/approved Norway for a possible foreign military sale of HH-60W helicopters and related equipment for an estimated cost of $2.6 billion. Well, now, close to a year later, it's been confirmed that Norway has dropped its short-term plans to pursue this acquisition. First reported by Flight Global on June 3rd, the news website quoted a Defense Materiel Agency spokesperson as saying, "We can confirm that we will not sign the letter of acceptance within the current deadline." Flight Global says that this is due to changes in defense spending priorities that were laid out in March 2026, which sees the need to strictly prioritize other acquisition programs. Some outlets had gotten the sense that the HH-60Ws, known as Jolly Green 2s, were being acquired to partially replace the NH-90s that were rejected by Norway's military. Unfortunately, we had also erroneously reported this news in an earlier video. The HH-60Ws would have actually replaced Norway's aging Bell 412s flown by the Norwegian Air Force on behalf of the Army and Special Forces. The American helicopters are most typically used for CSAR, which stands for Combat Search and Rescue. The military news website Militaire Actuel highlights that it's rather unusual for these choppers to be exported, putting Norway in a somewhat exclusive group. The site notes that the only export of helicopters in this class to date has been 25 HH-60Ps to close US ally South Korea. The South Korean Air Force operates 17 of these choppers in the combat search and rescue role, while the South Korean Army operates the other 8 for VIP transport. So what makes these aircraft so special? Well, as its maker Lockheed Martin explains, the HH-60W Whiskey is designed to meet long-range and high-threat requirements for the US Air Force. The helicopter nearly doubles the internal fuel capacity of the Black Hawk without the use of space-hungry auxiliary fuel tanks, raising capacity to 2,437.81 litres, up from 1,362.75 litres. These helicopters also have a robust weapons suite and integrate defensive systems and sensors to provide a special combination of range and survivability. It also features an air refueling system as well as upgraded survivability, including cabin and cockpit armor. An additional selling point for these choppers is that they retain 100% commonality with all UH-60M engine and dynamic systems, allowing for a relatively affordable price and total ownership cost over the aircraft's entire life cycle. The bottom line here is that Norway is simply putting off its plan to replace those old Bell 412s. It may indeed go ahead and replace them with Jolly Green 2s later down the road, but with the mention of a deadline, it looks like Norway's procurement priorities will force it to let that deadline pass. We presume it'll have to go through the approval process with the US State Department again in the future if it still sees the HH-60 Whiskies, or any other American equipment, as being the best replacements for the Bell 412s. On the European side, Leonardo does offer the AW101 in a CSAR variant, although it's quite a bit larger than the HH-60 and nearly 3 times larger than the Bell 412s. The Airbus H225M is a similar size to the HH-60, but pursuing such a machine would complicate Norwegian military logistics. As things stand, the nation's Air Force already operates the AW101 for search and rescue, while the Navy has ordered 6 MH-60R Seahawks for a variety of maritime missions, including search and rescue and coastal and offshore patrol. So we'll just have to wait and see what Norway eventually decides to do with replacing those old Bell helicopters. But what do you think of this situation? When Norway does revisit this procurement program, will it reapply for the HH-60W, or will it go with something else? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment.